From hero to exit, Ruben Amorim's reign at Manchester United collapsed in a single explosive meeting. Here's what really happened. When United brought in Ruben Amorim, they believed they were getting a modern tactician, a clear footballing identity, a manager who had rebuilt Sporting from chaos into dominance. The idea was simple: let him rebuild United the same way. The first season was rough. United finished 15th, a position that would normally end any manager's reign, but the board kept him. Why? Because they believed he was fixing structural problems and laying long-term foundations. They were willing to suffer short-term pain for long-term gain. They trusted the process, and Amorim stayed loyal to his philosophy, the 3-4-2-1 system. But loyalty came at a cost. Sacrifices were inevitable, and to make the system work, players were forced out of their comfort zones. Fullbacks became wingbacks. Centre-backs were stretched wide. Midfielders were tasked with roles they weren't built for. Instead of simplifying the team, things became more complicated. Then came the moves that split the fan base. Rashford was moved on, a controversial choice. Some understood it, some didn't. Garnacho and Sancho, fan couldn't give a toss about those. Letting them go sent a clear message. No one was untouchable. The system came before individuals. Going into the summer, Amorim was clear about what he needed. 2 number 10s, a striker, a goalkeeper, a midfielder to balance the system. The board backed him, but only partially, because United signed 2 number 10s, a striker, a goalkeeper, but the crucial midfielder never arrived. Without that piece, transitions suffered, control was lost, the back three became exposed. The system looked unfinished.
Moments, I felt that they were doing the things that we said for them to do. I know it's frustrating for the fans, but we are changing so much in this moment with a lot of games. We are going to suffer for a long period, and we will try to win games. This will take time, but I know we have to win games. We could win, we could lose if it was not Onana. So we have to understand that and think and be pragmatical that these guys had 2 days to train and to change so much.
Although the seeds of Ruben Amorim's downfall at Manchester United were sown over months, the ground finally gave way. During a tense face-to-face meeting with Jason Wilcox at Carrington on Friday, Jan 2, 2026, sources at United described the encounter as a massive fallout. The issue? Amorim had been growing, increasingly defensive over his tactics and transfer decisions. Wilcox, seeking to address concerns in the squad, suggested that players were struggling to trust his 3-4-2-1 system. Confusion had set in over his vision. Training sessions and match selections weren't aligned, undermining squad confidence. Amorim reacted sharply, insisting the players needed to change. Wilcox pushed back, proposing a gradual evolution, working with the squad while maintaining Amorim in charge. The conversation reached its breaking point when Amorim reportedly said he wished to leave the club and would be calling his agent. The fallout was so severe that a planned meeting with the squad was immediately cancelled. Later, at Elland Road, Amorim selected his 3-4-2-1 system, featuring just 2 attackers, a clear message that if this was his final game, he would exit on his terms. On the pitch and in the media room, he made it clear he had always felt entitled to the title of manager. Even though his official role had been head coach, Amorim had been pushing for a midfielder in the January transfer window, asking that funds intended for a signing like Semenyo be diverted to reinforce the squad. Semenyo, however, had chosen to join Manchester City instead, leaving United without their target. Amorim argued that the money could be used to strengthen the midfield immediately, but Manchester United resisted. Over recent years, the club felt they had sometimes signed players who didn't meet the standard expected at the club, and they didn't want to risk another substandard signing mid-season. Instead, they preferred to wait until the summer to secure the right target. From the club's perspective, Semenyo had been a rare market opportunity, a player who fit United's profile. They argued they wouldn't divert funds, unless they found a midfielder of similar quality, and they still believed the current squad had the potential to compete for a top-4 finish. Ruben Amorim didn't fail because he lacked ideas. His mistake was insisting on a system that fit his vision rather than adapting to the players he had at his disposal. He failed because he was tactically rigid, gradually losing the dressing room, and struggled to align with the club hierarchy. At Manchester United, passion and belief alone aren't enough. Success demands flexibility and the ability to adapt.